What's up, CastleClash Hirsch here. Today I want to show you guys something really cool that you can do on the Line Chat app. So what I'm going to show you here is CC Deconstructed. I've actually talked to the guys who are running this for quite a bit, and they're doing a great job, and they've got this awesome setup, and it can really benefit you. So what is CC Deconstructed? It's a chat, I guess it's like an app, I guess, within Line Chat that it can send you messages and you can help it out. So you just gotta add it as a friend. You can see here it is right here, CC Deconstructed. I'm gonna put the line ID to this as I guess a comment to this video. So here we can see we can recommend this. I was gonna see if I could post it on my page, but I can't. Okay. So anyways, this is what's awesome about this is if you ever have any questions about the game, you can just come here and ask it and it automatically does it. So you can see there I asked it Boss 4 and it pulls up these two pictures and tells me a little bit about them. So you can do this, I mean, it's this easy. Watch, I'm just going to show you right here. So I have a question about Boss 4. So I'm going to type in Boss 4, press send, and you can see that it reads and then immediately sends me these responses. You can do this on basically anything. So let's try, well, for example, let's ask about Aries. So we're going to ask about Aries. And so there you go. It gives us some information about Aries. See, there's a card about Aries, and it tells us about his level details and all sorts of things like that. And you can see we can click on it, and it'll pull up. Here you go. Pictures of what he looks like, his evolution stats. You can see his Calamity at level 7. It tells you what it does, some recommended talents with Crest, and some just general good knowledge to know. But let's go back. We're going to take a look at this Boss 4 information that we popped up, and I'm going to talk about that real quick. And I'm going to start a series. Of course, this is with permission of the guys who are doing the CC Deconstructed. I'm going to start a series where each week I'm going to take one topic and we're just going to pull up the card in CC Deconstructed and we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to agree or disagree and kind of give you my ideas of what I think about what they have to say about it. So here we go. This is Boss 4. Max damage cap of max damage cap of 20,000 damage. This is one thing I don't like about Boss 4 is that it does have that damage cap, which makes it impossible for your full guild to get max rewards. It's got 800 million health, so it does take quite a bit to knock him down. 20,000 attack, and his speed of attack is 1,000. So his reward for beating him is merits. His max reward is 2,000 merits, and his minimum reward is 40. That means if you just attack him with one single hit, 40 merits minimum. There you go. So his skill is instantly kills a unit immune to stun, has Psi Shield that regenerates every 0.2 seconds, and a level 5 condemnation. He does 50,000 damage. So what heroes do you use? So what they recommend here are Santa Boom, Druid, Pumpkin Duke, Cupid, Multanica, and Aries. And the reason why they're recommending those is because the Santa Boom and the Multanica slow down the boss's hit, the Aries silences the boss, and the Druid, of course, heals the team, while Pumpkin Duke and Cupid make your team hit as fast as possible. These are all very good heroes. I use a very similar lineup. I also use Santa Boom, and Aries and Pumpkin Duke, of course. I've recently switched out Cupid for Valentina, so I'm using Valentina now. Of course, Valentina is a newer hero, so it might not be on here. I don't bother with Druid. I like to put the Goblet of Life crest set on my Pumpkin Duke and then just tank with my Pumpkin Duke, so it heals without needing to do that. So that's something you can do here. But yeah, for like a beginner doing Boss 4, these are great heroes to use. Maybe you could sub out Golem instead of Druid, or Scatter heroes, or Harpy Queen. All of those are very good options. Now, crest to use on each of these heroes, it's saying to use Scatter or Slow Down on almost all of them. Obviously, Pumpkin Duke, if you have a Revite Pumpkin Duke, Berserk. If you have a Berserk Pumpkin Duke, then Revite. Cupid is slow down. So you see the slowdowns and the scatters is what it's saying to do. Now, the reason for that is it's a two-pronged attack that you're doing on this boss. Now, remember over here, the boss has that Psi Shield that regenerates every 0.2 seconds. So the slowdown and the scatter is going to take that away, which is going to allow your Sanaboom and your Multanica to actually slow down instead of not have that have their proc affect the boss because of the Psy Shield. So, also on top of that, the slowdown as a talent gives you like a double hit damage wise. Basically, it acts like a second hit when that slowdown actually takes into effect. The scatter, again, that's to keep the boss from proccing as much as possible and to keep that Psy Shield off as much as possible so that your heroes can do what they do. So the strategy that they recommend here is perma-silence. The point of perma-silence is that your boss must only hit while Ares Calamity is active. That's what I was talking about with using the Sanaboom and the Multanica to slow down the boss so that your Ares can keep it silenced. The key is to have Santa's Firework Bazooka active while Ares Calamity isn't. Santa's attack speed debuff keeps the boss from hitting while Santa's debuff is active. Multanica can also help keep the boss from hitting while Calamity isn't active. Calamity also blocks the boss from condemnation, which makes it easier to reach the attack speed cap. 2. Scatter breaks the boss Psy Shield before the proc, and it's a way to be certain that their proc works and won't be blocked. The level of Scatter Crest doesn't matter, because again, it's not about using the scatter on the hero or on the boss, it's about having the scatter negate the boss's Psy Shield. Alright. Where were we? It's used to break the Psy Shield so that their proc can work, not to lower the boss's energy. That's what I just said, actually. I'm glad we're on the same page, CC Deconstructed. Thinking the exact same thing there. I should have just kept reading. It is not necessary to use the scatter on every debuffer. You may eventually swap scatter for slowdown to increase DPS, though the more scatter that you use, the less risk there is. The timing of Ares and Santa's proc is critical. This is highly dependent on the talents of your team. For example, if you have 5/5 Revitalize on both heroes and you drop them both at the start, Santa's proc will never be active while Calamity is off. In this case, you would want to drop Santa 3 to 4 seconds after Ares so that Santa's fireworks last through Ares' 7-second cooldown. Berserk talent also affects this. You need to figure out what drop order and timing works for your team so that the Santa proc is active when Ares isn't. So, see, they give you very good advice. I mean, that's exactly the same advice I would give to basically anybody. All right. Now, they sent the second picture, and it looks a little bit different. But I think it's basically the same information. Oh, so, okay, I see what it is. So this is the different strategy. So this one was strategy perma-silence. This one is strategy perma-slow. Okay, so same basic stats for the boss. The skill is also the same, so they just move the skill from down here to up there because it's obviously a shorter strategy. All right, so heroes to use in the perma-slow strategy. Sanaboom, Ice Demon, which is an amazing hero to use in a lot of very, very specific cases. And I love my Ice Demon, too. He's one of my favorite blue heroes. He is my favorite blue hero, actually. Pumpkin Dew Cupid, of course, Snowzilla, and Ares. The point of your perma-slow is to slow the boss so he can't move and hit your heroes at all. The key is to have 5 Revitalized debuffers or 5/5 Revitalized Cupid with 3+ Revitalized debuffers. So that could be both Crest or main talent 3/5 Revitalize on those debuffers. Santa must proc on his first hit, or this is unlikely to work. So the reason for that is if the boss reaches you and starts swinging, it's already too late for this strategy, and you'll have to try again. Okay, high level of slowdown crests are necessary, as well as scatter. Scatter breaks the boss's Psy Shield before the proc, and it's a way to be certain that their proc works and it won't be blocked. The level of scatter crest doesn't matter. It is used to break the Psy Shield so that their proc can work, not to lower the boss's energy. When you drop your heroes, drop a hero to lure the boss in one direction, then drop the others to slow the boss until it can't move. The strategy is harder than the perma-silence and requires the right talents and crest. However, say you don't have the slowdown hero like Multanica to be able to slow the boss for the perma-silence. This can be a good option for you using the Ice Demon. So again, same exact crests are recommended for this strategy. So there you go. Very, very helpful information CC Deconstructed has, and I have never used it before, but I'm definitely going to start using it now. especially when I'm looking for specific information on a hero. Like I showed you this example with Ares, where it talks about Calamity, shows you examples of what he looks like, Evolution 1, Evolution 2, what good crests are, and just some very good knowledge in general. It's a great resource here, and you can search just about anything, and if there isn't an option to search it, it tells you how to search it. So one last example, let's do Mesa, just see what it says about Mesa. And there it goes. So for example, here you go. Mesa 1, Mesa 2, Mesa 3, and Mesa 4 strategies. These are the drop points they recommend. So, I mean, you can do this on any level of gameplay. These guys are very thorough and doing a great job of setting this up. If you have any questions, of course, you can just, I guess, ask them. They've got a whole chat going for it. So, I will put in the notes how to reach CC Deconstructed, and hopefully it helps. And like I said, each week I will be pulling up one topic and talking about it just like I did for the Boss 4 this week. So there you guys go. Thanks so much for watching. I'm out. Bye.